Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is such an exciting day. It is the launch of Kindly Impacts Kindly Search. And we've got our entire Australia team here, as well as one of our social impact partners. And, I want to share this platform and share this particular stage with all of my friends at Kindly. And I'm going to bring up Michael Curlew, the CEO, and my co host for the day as we go country by country. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Carmelia.
Oh, my goodness. We have been preparing for this day for a very, very long time. And without further ado, I would just love you to introduce to our audience who is familiar with me, and we are streaming live on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, because this is a really important day. So Michael, over to you to share who you are and a little bit about Kindly's search.
Yeah, so really excited, guys. This is a long time coming. So it's finally the day we're launching the Kindly Social Impact Platform. So I'm not sure if some of you guys may or may not have seen our announcement. There was a little bit of description of the core things that are being launched today. Before we get into that stuff, I'll introduce myself. I'm Michael, so I'm the CEO and co-founder. And basically, my background is in a variety of different things, but corporate branding, business, partnerships, deal making, that type of thing. And I've been involved in the space for quite a long time. Been involved in crypto since 2014. So we've really seen it evolve over the years, and a lot of interesting technologies be created. It's just a great time, and I think blockchain is the perfect solution to giving in the space. So I'll leave it at that for now. But yes, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, can you hear me still?
I can.
Okay, great. So we have some guests in the background. Who do we want to bring up first, Michael?
Oh, let's go with Terry.
All right, Terry, get ready. You're about to be on the world stage here in Australia and everywhere. Who's tuning in? Good morning, Terry.
Hey, yes, good evening here, mind you.
Oh, good
It's,
evening. Okay.
oh, absolutely, yeah. We're talking about early evening here in Perth, in Australia, and we're so proud to be part of this exercise. And with the team that have done all the work in building the platform and getting it going now over 2.5 years, it's been a tremendous job done by a fabulous team. My role in life is to be the sort of corporate headpiece of the whole thing, but only in name as opposed to anything else. And my background very much is many years with the Shell organization, both in Europe and in Australia, and also then with an Australian company called Boral, where I was general manager and director of one of their subsidiary companies. And I've also run my own businesses as well, and got a fair amount of experience in that area. But I think there's one thing I'd love to say is we've got a fantastic team. It's just you won't believe the hours that have been put in by the specialists in this team to build the project, to get it to where it is today. It's been absolutely amazing, the work that's done in the background. And at the same time, they've got their own businesses, jobs to run, and it's just, they're so taken by what this is going to deliver at the end of the day, globally, that it's just been absolutely amazing. So it's a pleasure to be part of that team.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
If I actually may add,
Yes.
Terry. So Terry does a lot of the corporate structuring that happens legality wise and stuff like that for Kindly. So he's very knowledgeable in the space, and he's helped us navigate the legal areas of regulation and the financial aspects as well. So he plays a very important role here at Kindly.
Thanks, Michael.
Amazing. All right. Now, speaking of Kindly and the fact that it is a platform dedicated to measurable social impact, I think it's appropriate to bring on Adrian Bernard. Adrian, get ready. We see you in the green room, but we're bringing you right up. There you are. Hello, Adrian. How are you?
Yeah, g'day world. I'll put my best Australian accent on for everybody, but Terry and I have known each other for 15 to 20 years, so he's a godfather in businesses that we've been involved with. So as far as our teams, like, again, it's incredible the amount of work and passion, dedication from Michael through to every member of this team. And Terry, you did say that we have been taken by this project, like, it's really captured our imaginations, creativity, and those that have, like, from simply the amount of time that we've just all known that we've got an amazing solution. My role is where the rubber hits the road, measuring social output. So in the past, people might have given money to a charity or might have given money to a cause. We're all about measurable social impact. The Kindly Impact Marketplace sells an impact for a fixed amount, and beyond that, we've also linked it and working with the SDG, the UN Sustainability Goals, to link in our impacts on our marketplace, on the blockchain, so it's completely transparent and accountable. So that's our aspect and bridge with the blockchain, that we're enabling that complete transparency. So we're about that journey, so selecting our output partners, which are going to be presented today. That there's an enormous amount of work that we go to get a relationship that we feel as Kindly can know that those outputs are delivered. So that's where that rubber responsibility hits the road. You're taking people's money. We want to know that output's done. So our journey, our technical process gives accountability through that journey. But yeah, certainly it's the fun stuff is really looking for the causes that have meaning, and all the things that we can do, anything from removing plastics from the ocean to educating children to the planting of trees to the Books for Africa project. So there's just so many things that, as a platform that launches today, that we can have a suite or a menu of vetted, measurable, blockchain, accountable menu solution. So I'm Mr. Serious today on this because I have a professional financial services compliance technical background. So like my job's to make sure that again, that rubber hits the road, the research and vetting's done, and the team can get out there and support that for the rest of the world. So that's my elevator, I guess, pitch, if you will, on what I do. But yeah, we are always looking for quality, measurable output partners that have a real cause that needs help. And we want to grow this platform that it can be enormous and help more people. So
yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great, Adrian. And a lot of people don't know. So Adrian, he has a huge background in the insurance space. So he deals a lot with working B2B, also dealing a lot with certain regulations and rule sets. So he's a great person on the team to be involved in dealing with a lot of the relationships within the social impact space with dealing with directly with our partners.
Great.
Awesome.
So this is the Australia launch party, and it would not be a party without every single person here. And we have a party goer coming up from Tokyo. It is Jim Saliman. He's ready to go. Welcome to the stage. How are you?
Camelia, excuse me. Camelia, can you hear me? Can you see me? Great. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good. Yes, thank you very much. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here and joining this live stream and being part of this extraordinary team, as Terry mentioned, Michael, everybody's mentioned. It's an honor to be on this incredible journey with everybody. So I'm a lot of familiar faces here. I am an Australian. I'm based in Tokyo covering real estate investment, but I'm very familiar. These guys are part of my family. A lot of the people here I've worked with, as Adrian mentioned. I missed a part of that before, Adrian. I think you mentioned Terry's the godfather of a lot of the startups there, or I missed that.
Yeah, no, we had a relationship for a long time.
Sure. And my relationship with James is not on the call, unfortunately, but with Terry, Adrian is many decades as well. And we all came out of this incubator hub. Adrian and I, James, had real estate backgrounds. We've worked in real estate for a long time, but we went through a transitional period there with a startup, and we ventured into private equity, and it was a real hive of activity with small to medium enterprises, and we gained a lot of experience out of that. It was an incredible period in all of our lives, I think, reflecting back. Yeah, but I'm really honored and grateful to be a part of this. It's an incredible team, and yeah.
Fantastic. Well, what I would love to do, given that this is the first time that many people who are watching or listening are hearing about Kindly's social impact platform and Kindly Search. So with that in mind, Michael, can you take over and give people just a view of Kindly Search, and then in particular, some of our social impact partners and ways that they can actually contribute, because this is what we're celebrating. We're celebrating the launch of your ability as a company, as an individual, as a philanthropist, as a caring citizen of the world, to do your part in giving at a time when it is needed, right? All of the different social impacts that have been brought to you are one of the most requested ways that people can, share and give back. So Michael, with that, I'm going to hand it over to you to give our audience a sneak peek of the platform and how they can contribute.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So as you know, the reason why we're doing this event, and we're doing it in 5 different time zones globally, is to really show that we're tackling doing good in the world from a global scale. We have team members, like, we're doing 5 live streams consecutively. So this is the Australia one. We have a large team in Australia. We have an Asia team, EMA team, a North American team, and a South American team. So we literally have social impact partners from around the world. We have teams around the world as well. So we're trying to tackle these things from key issues, key things that we're trying to solve globally. And that's one key thing that we really want to, let the audience know, let our community be aware of. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. 1 second. And we just want to show you. So we've launched our new website and the platform. This is a little bit even newer than the last update we did a couple of weeks ago. Because of the launch, we've activated certain features and certain information. So basically, what we see here is our new Kindly website. So basically, the purpose of the website is to educate people on how you can do good using our platform. And there's 3 main verticals that we can address doing good. So obviously, one is towards the traditional individual. The second is to businesses, small, medium-sized businesses, and the third is for custom solutions, mostly used for enterprise users. So as the title says here on the website, we're focused on bringing trust, transparency, and accountability to giving. We're developing a platform that makes it easy to purchase social impact that is fully tracked and verifiable online. And by verifiable, we utilize Web3 technologies such as blockchain to record and track all of the key steps that happens when purchasing social impact. So essentially, it's 100% public. We're trying to provide maximum transparency to our customers and our users. On our website, users will now be able to purchase social impact directly from our website. If you go to the pricing page, you'll see the social impacts that we offer. Currently, we launched with our 3 main impact partners, or impacts, which are feeding people in need, planting trees, and feeding rescued animals. Those are the 3 largest, most requested, most used, most donated to social impacts. And we wanted to start to make sure we covered a broad range of those issues. As you see there, you can actually purchase one-off transactions, and you can also purchase subscriptions. So if you want to subscribe a certain amount of money on a monthly basis to doing good and purchasing social impact, you can do so. On the Kindly Impact platform, what we focus on is measurable social impact. Now, to be clear, Kindly is not a charity. We are not accepting donations. We are a for-profit social enterprise that guarantees social output of our impacts. Okay, so that's key. A lot of things with charities, people donate money to a charity, but they're not getting a guaranteed output for the money that they give. So essentially, they're not sure what they may or may not be getting for the money that they give to a charity. And this is sort of causing a lot of issues recently because of the advent of the UN sustainability goals, like Adrian mentioned, and a lot of the corporate social responsibility rules and guidelines that are coming out, because people need accountability. They need to see proof. They need to see and quantify the impact that's being made by the money that's being given by corporations or even individuals, right? So that's what our platform is really focused on doing, is selling measurable impact. It's literally social impact as a product. You purchase impact and you're guaranteed to get that output. So users, consumers, businesses, they all will understand and know exactly right off the bat how much good they're doing whenever they purchase social impact through our system. With that, we've recently made a couple announcements of some new charity partners, or not charity partners, impact partners that we're bringing on board. And one of them will be providing books to Africa, and the other will be preventing ocean-bound plastics. Now, all our charity partners are partners with Kindly, and essentially, right now at launch, our Feeding People in Need partner is Food for Life Global. They're one of the largest food relief charities in the world. They produce over 1 million meals daily, and they're over 60 plus countries. So they're a big organization. The second one is Planting Trees. Our primary impact partner there is Eden Reforestation. They're based out of Canada, I believe. And Feeding Rescued Animals is Juliana's Animal Sanctuary. They're the first animal sanctuary in South America. They're based out of Colombia. And they basically rescue animals. And when we say animals, we mean all types of animals: bulls, bulls, chickens, ducks, you name it, horses. And they have a huge land in which they rescue. They have animals come in, they rescue them, feed them, and bring them out back into the wild. So a very good, strong, broad range of impact partners there. Does anyone on the team want to bring up anything that I may have missed on this part?
Yeah, a little bit there. So if I may interject, or jump in. So being with a startup, we have titles, but we all wear multiple caps. We all do everything. And it's an integrated, focused, very creative people. And it's a real privilege to work with everybody that just jumps in and gets it done. Just alluding to what Michael was saying with the charities. So when we set out to do due diligence and SWOT analysis of charities, Adrian and I sort of went through this laborious process of looking for charities to onboard as partners. So the data to collect that, we didn't have access to, obviously, accounts within any of these charities, but we went through hundreds and hundreds of charities, downloading their PDFs, their financials that were out there for public, to shortlist the most efficient charities. And that in itself was an arduous task. I remember doing it with Adrian. It was a phenomenal amount of work of just drilling down into PDFs and financial statements online. But to elaborate on that and put that into some context, Food for Life Global, our major partner, they produce a meal for 50 US cents per meal, which is just staggering. That's what we mean by efficiency. So for 50 cents, that is feeding a person and it's delivering a meal. So whereas, 90% or whatever the number was, a staggering amount of charities out there came nowhere near that. But to get to that and to drill down and do that work, my hat goes off to Adrian. He did a lot of it. I, ended up doing quite a bit here in Japan as well, and then reaching out. And, as a result, these partners that we have, the social output partners, are incredibly, efficient, or they also bring unique social impact, which is very interesting. So that's, I think, one thing I'd like to add. Another thing is that, yeah, the website looks great. You know, what Kindly is, as Michael said, just to reiterate, is that we're bringing transparency and accountability via the blockchain and measurability to SDGs, which people can go on there and purchase $10, $5 of, you know, any one of those social output partners, and then track the social output via their cell phone or the desktop on their way to work, on the bus or train, or in the evening, and you can share that. You can actually see, like a FedEx parcel, when you purchase something cross-border or domestically, you can then monitor that on a graph and see it's been labeled, it's been picked up, it's in the distribution center, it's arrived at the airport, being labeled, going through customs. We're doing exactly this with full accountability and traceability with social impact. And this is going to be an amazing fit for from my real estate background, working with institutional investors in real estate, because they're all going to be mandated to have to do it. This is the, you know, this is what SDGs are, Sustainable Development Goals. They are 17 goals that were established by the United Nations in 2015 as a part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainability. And a lot of people hear the term SDGs, they don't really understand what it means. It hasn't hit everyone yet, and people don't understand it. And I see that on headlines and articles on the newspaper, on LinkedIn every day. But this is going to drive, you know, the days of being socially and environmentally irresponsible are over. And this is going to be a governance that's worldwide. So Kindly is well positioned to work with businesses, individuals, corporations, real estate owners, and bring this accountability and track this going forward. So one other thing I'd like to mention is that for everyone out there who wants to make positive change to the world, go to our website, have a look at it. You don't necessarily have to make a purchase of social impact, but share the video, share our website. At the end of the day, companies are not company names. They're people like you and I, all of us. And, you know, the accounts department, the legal, the people that make the decisions to actually purchase social impact in big corporations, large corporations, you know, we're reaching out to them. And if we can share these links and get them in front of that, or anyone can feel free to contact us on our website, ask questions, set up a Zoom call with any of us. And we'd love to, you know, spend time and help answer questions. I think we have our questions and answers as well up there, Michael. Is that right? Did we end up putting that up? Frequently asked questions?
It's right up there.
Yeah. I'd like to pose a question for anybody on the team as we're speaking about social impact. How does social impact transactions actually happen? If anyone on the team can address how the social impact transaction happens, there's not a science behind it. There's an intricate system that is at play here, using the blockchain. And for a lot of people who don't understand the blockchain and the importance of having it be the tool to measure this impact, it would be important, I think, for those who are listening to understand the differentiator between giving through Kindly Search, the transparency that we're speaking about, and then the peace of mind that you get as someone who's making a contribution, knowing that you can, really track the amount of giving you do and see in real time what impact you're having, right? Whether it's 50 cents to feed a child is mind blowing, to be honest. I mean, that to me, I would want to, instead of putting 50 cents in my jar, I see 50 cents in my car and on the kids' floor and all over the place, and thinking, man, this could feed a child. That certainly gives me a lot more incentive and motivation to not leave change running around when I can do something with that, right? So who would like to speak on that topic?
Yeah, I think I'll jump in on that one there. So basically with Kindly, okay, we'll cover a couple of different things here. So for our impact products, as we like to call them here, some people may be like, hey, I can maybe feed trees for a couple of cents less somewhere else, or I can do it for a little bit less here or there. What we're selling here is not only the social impact itself, but the transparency and the accountability behind that. We're providing a layer of accountability to these impacts that we sell. So when customers purchase social impact from us, they know that we're providing maximum transparency. We're tracking as many endpoints as we can, and we're publicly making that stuff accessible to the people that purchase it. So that's a key differentiator amongst traditional people selling donations or even impacts, if you want to call it that. So we're really taking it as providing a premium service with a premium quality of information, user experience, data points to help bring accountability and trust back to the ecosystem. So when I bring up, let's say, bring back up the website here. Oh, yeah, there we go. So with the website, essentially what we're doing here is we have basically 3 forms of impacts that we, or types of impacts that we, provide to users. As I mentioned previously, the individuals, those ones typically will just purchase, one-off transactions. What you're seeing here on the side there, that is our Kindly search. So our platform is essentially built of 2 key core components. Our Kindly engine was essentially the smart contract brains of the Kindly platform. That is what processes, manages, monitors, tracks all the social impact transactions. That's sort of the thing in the background doing all the heavy lifting. And then we have Kindly search. That is the user-friendly website that you can go to. So if you click on the top there where it says search impact, it takes you to Kindly search. So this is our Kindly search platform. This allows you to essentially browse all the social impact that was generated and purchased and processed through the Kindly ecosystem. And we just launched. We did a lot of live purchase transactions at the beginning to make sure that the platform was operating optimally, to start accepting orders. And when you scroll down, essentially you'll see here from our developers, we sent out a lot of transactions to test out these impacts. And these are all real. They're all purchased. They're all going to be feeding people, planting trees, etc. But what the key thing here, which is very interesting to the industry, is our platform supports fractional impacts, fractional giving, let's call it, right? So what that means is we can connect to any type of platform that has microtransactions, okay? You don't have to pay for the full impact at a one-off transaction. We can connect to a blockchain network, a payment processor, anything that transacts high volumes, microtransactions, etc. And we can amalgamate and track all those different values and process orders as they create whole impact units. So it's very interesting what we're doing here. We're really making it much more easier for products and companies to purchase social impact and integrate into the systems to allow their customers to do good as well. Yeah, that's great. So this is the platform. Now, you asked a very interesting question, Carmelia, about transactions. How does that work? How do we bring real transactions transparency to the public? So this is one of the key metrics here on Kindly search. It allows you to search the social impact journey, view the status of your social impacts, and you can essentially track that journey on the left side to see where is your transaction within that journey. We track not only the impacts themselves, but we also track the flow of funds within our system. So all of that is being recorded on the blockchains. Whenever you make a transaction, whenever you purchase something through our website, we take those funds. Then it takes 24 to 48 hours that we then take those funds and process it through our system. And then the funds then get fully tracked on the platform itself. And then you can see literally where is the money going? Did it reach the platform? Did it reach the social impact partners, etc., all the way down to it being fulfilled. And on this platform as well, you also see the SDGs that are affected by the impact you're doing. Now, this is also key for businesses. They want to know, what parts of humanity are we improving with the impacts of that we're spending through the Kindly platform. So all these things are being tracked and fully available, publicly available to users.
That's fantastic. Oops. Can you guys still hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I love that. And I love that there's a piece of this giving that also serves the businesses in terms of why they would want to give on the Kindly platform versus, writing a check to another charity. And this is not meaning don't give to other charities, but I think that in this time and age that we're in, the idea that there is measurable impact, I think really gives individuals and corporations peace of mind, knowing that you've done or we've done the due diligence in knowing that we are working with legitimate charities that have businesses that are efficient. To feed a child for 50 cents, to if you look at the pricing of each of the different impacts, and we're addressing 4 of those SDGs for those people who are not familiar with what they are. Where are we now? Right here.
Yeah, with the
go ahead.
SDGs, there are a total of 17. Adrian, do you want to jump in and just tell a little bit about the SDGs?
Sure. So depending on the output that we selected, e.g. planting a tree versus feeding a child, say there's 17 sustainability goals. Some cover education, some cover health, some cover climate, some cover energy. So for example, don't have enough in educate. What does that mean? Businesses might have a lot of carbon offsets and they're pretty focused on that, but they're not really focused on the education or the social elements, so that we can help them drill down and work out, okay, we can plug the gap for certain elements that you're missing. So in that carbon, we all know if we buy an airline ticket, there's usually a carbon offset button to tick on. However, a lot of businesses are lacking other things, that it could be healthcare, it could be education, and they're the gamut of those goals there. So our core output core impact partners cover all those different gamuts. So
it's quite amazing that we really thought very hard in regards to which impact partners we use, because we want to make sure that each impact partner contributes as much impact as possible within the main function of that organization. So we're launching with 3 right now. We're going to be shortly making available the other 2. We already have others that we're signing up as well that have not been announced yet. And we're really growing this. At the moment, we have with the impact partners that we offer right now, they cover 13 of the 17 UN sustainability goals, and that's huge. And some people may not even realize social impact. Even though you're planting a tree per se, you're affecting many other things than just the environment. You're providing local communities with jobs, right? You're improving the aggregation of the soil, the health of the soil when you plant a lot of trees, cleans up the water. There's a lot of different moving parts that it will affect, not just that one simple act. So it's very important to realize that the impact partners that we choose, we make sure that they touch on a lot of different aspects of humanity. That's not just the single action that they're doing.
Yeah. So an example of that, Michael, would be Plastic Bank. So Plastic Bank have local collectors, and they get paid per kilo, ounce, pound, name your gram, and they participate and they ensure that they actually make a living out of. They get access to a cell phone, a mobile phone. They get access to education for their children and different things. So it's not giving a person a fish to eat for a day. It's teaching someone how to fish to live ongoing. So a lot of what we're focused on is the actual solving of these problems. So to have output partners such as Plastic Bank that enable the local participants to have a job out of it and take the plastics out of the ocean is great, along with, as Michael said, in the areas where we're doing reforestation, making sure there's a local element of people that are employed locally. It's not, again, about this cost is also an issue. It's X cents to plant a tree. Well, anyone can plant a tree. Trees like need 5 years to survive. So that oftentimes they can get attacked by animals and certain things. So what's important is there a local community that maintain the trees. You can plant the trees and then you can abandon them and not water them, and it's a waste of time. So those ongoing roles and the community, local community sense, and having those benefits live through. So it's not just like giving $1 and then they've eaten for the day and gone. That we want that to regenerate. So that's, again, that's when our impacts are going to grow. Obviously, we're to start with the core, but then that's probably a tilt towards our focus is to have social impacts that really have that domino effect locally. So yeah, that's what we're all aiming to do.
Yeah, I love that. You know, part of the website, if you look at our website, you can see where giving, you can do, we're
What
giving.
SDGs are.
Yeah, what SDGs are, but on the enterprise level in particular, because I'm looking at the new site as well, integrating, like we are offering a solution for corporations and enterprises to integrate SDGs and ESGs into the purchase, so it's seamless. And that in itself, I know that through research and through what we've learned, and even through my own buying decisions, more and more consumers, customers, collaborators are looking at how companies are being socially responsible, how companies are treating their, you know, their waste, and how they're dealing with employees and morale and all of those things. So integrating purpose into your products, integrating impact into your products, that's seamless and that also gives and is measurable, I think is a really important consideration and something that we're providing.
Yeah, and if I may add on that part, that was a great addition in regards to integrations. Because we're building out a really robust system for processing social impact of any amount, um, applications are very interesting for this type of technology. So, for example, on our website, if you went to the enterprise section, on there's a part for sample applications. So, for example, that image that you see there right on the left side, you know, a grocery store, an apparel shop, any type of retail place could choose to proactively be socially responsible. And then anytime someone buys, you know, a pair of shoes or does groceries, you know, that organization could allocate a small percentage of those revenues to purchasing social impact, and then essentially donate that to the customer. And so, you know, when you get that receipt from buying a pair of shoes, there might be a QR code on the receipt. And then all you do is you scan it. It takes you right to the social impact page on Kindly Search, where you see the status of that impact. So you can literally be like, oh man, I just bought a pair of shoes and now I'm feeding 4 people. Just like that, right? And it provides additional incentive for customers to want to come back to your company, your business, rather than the competitors that's doing nothing, right? The customer themselves didn't necessarily proactively pay to do good, but the company chose to do good on behalf of the customer. So that's a very positive incentive for consumers where, hey, I'd rather go there and buy something rather than going to here, because I know I'm going to do good just by, you know, doing what I normally do, is purchasing product. So it's very, very interesting how the options that can be done there, especially even in like the gaming space, you know, payment processing, airlines. There are a whole bunch of different applications for how you can do good.
I love that. So what is the future of Kindly? You just launched this platform. Oops, I'm getting some feedback.
Oh, we got it there. I think it might have been on one of our side there.
Okay. Yeah. Where do you see the future of Kindly now that you've made this possible?
You muted, Michael. Sorry, mate.
Thank you very much. Yes, so in regards to the future of Kindly, essentially, our goal is to become the trusted partner for doing good, for giving. We want to be the end goal, the default go-to solution for giving, both for corporations and consumers. We want them to be as confident as they could possibly be when doing good. And the way that to achieve that goal is literally to be as transparent as possible, to track as much as information as possible, to be able to relay that information and show it happening to the customers that we provide these impacts for. So that's why it's imperative to really focus on transparency, because we believe that's the seed. That is the thing that will bring trust and bring confidence to giving. And if we're the platform to do it on, and everyone knows, hey, I go straight to Kindly, I don't go anywhere else, because I know, like, if that there's no one else providing as much transparency or as much detailed information as Kind's platform is. So we want to be that go-to place for giving.
Can I also just throw in a little tidbit at the end there, and that is, this was built, Kindly platform and technology was built from the ground up. And the significance of Kindly's platform and technology is there's multiple facets to it, but it's tracking the verification of social impact, but there's also the importance of transparency and accountability that we're going to bring in ESG with SDGs via the blockchain, and in a measurable, and verifiable way that is ultimately going to be potentially used by, think of all the applications. It's not just companies and businesses, but it is, look at all the real estate in the world. That is all accountable, and they're going to have to move on to this system. And at an institutional level, there has to be granular measurability, verification, accountability, and that's what Kindly offers. And even to to government bodies with their real estate portfolios, to businesses, to all these applications. So we built that, the team built this from the ground up with that in mind, and that was part of it, as well as the incorporation of all the SDGs, the very highly efficient social output partners, charities. It's really brilliant, and congratulations to the entire team. It's really wonderful to be a part of this.
Camilla, you're muted.
Thanks, guys. You see the mouth moving, but there's nothing coming out of it. Normally, you'd hear me. Trust me. I wanted to thank everybody who was live with us today. Want to thank the Australian team, including the Australians in Tokyo. Thank you, Jim. Thanks to our SDG partners. Thank you to everybody who's listening in. To make the most impact, we kindly ask you to check out the Kindly Search platform. Go to our new website. Pose any questions. Within our live stream, I've posted links of what the SDGs are, our actual website, including the Kindly Search platform. Some of the members of this team, Michael and I, are going for the next 5 hours. We are going to head over to Tokyo at 7 a.m. So if you want to continue the journey with us and make it a marathon of giving and learning, you can join us with our Tokyo team. Then we're doing, what are we doing again? We're doing North America, South America. We're just going around the world. And I want to thank every single one of you. If there's anything left for our team members to say, it's been a long journey, lots of sleepless nights, lots of brainstorming, a lot of personal giving. And now we get to actually track that. And we've created a beautiful product. Adrian?
Just sincerely thank you to just everyone involved, that they know who they are, everyone here on the call and everybody else, and you, Camilla, and obviously Michael and Jim and Terry. But it's been, Terry nailed it at the beginning. This business, this has captured a lot of people, like the amount of actual participants that have their own businesses, and eye-watering hourly rates have donated just so much time. It's unbelievable. So thank you all, and we're going to build some. We've built something great.
Yeah, one other thing I'd like to add, and that is, I often think about this, but the personalities and the people in the team. I know a lot of these guys for a long time. Some of them I've become very close friends with. Everyone, but I often think about this and this unspoken universal law of spiritual attraction, and it's this. And then everybody's focus, creativity, and input all going into this the whole time. It's like it's a cacophony of and this mosaic of noise and creativity explosion all going into creating this. And it's been a wonderful journey thus far, and I'm really looking forward to now coming through the development phase, which has been awesome, absolutely incredible. Now we go into launch, and are really looking forward at having boot camps over here in Japan with the team on the lake up in the Alps, and doing that all around the world. It's really wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
Well, thanks, guys. With that, we're going to conclude, and we'll see you in Tokyo soon, guys. Bye.